Hello everyone, welcome back to the playthrough of Tsukihime, episode 2 this is. I'm, again, Toaster Evan, Toaster, whatever you want to call me. And this is about just where we left off here. So, last time, seemed to be quite a bit happening, little explained. Seems to be magic in the world. Our main characters happens to be magical with a unique ability. Very unique, it seems. And it would seem that as a kid, we gained this ability, then we got glasses to hide the ability from ourselves, even though it's still there. And for the past 8 years, we've been living with a different family other than our own, and now we're finally going to be moving into our home with our father and our sister. After school, of course, because right now we are at school. We cannot leave school. But, yeah. Let's hope I cough a bit less here this time. Further ado, I suppose we should be getting into it then. Are you really alright? Your forehead is swelling up. I feel a prickle of pain when I try to touch it with my hand. Just like she said, I'm developing a magnificent lump. I am so sorry. I was not paying attention to where I was going. Your forehead must really hurt, right? The female student gazes apologetically at my face. From the formal way she spoke, I assumed she was a first year. But from the color of her ribbon, I could see she's a third year. In other words, my senpai. No, it's fine, really. I'm the one at fault. I'm sorry for bumping into you, senpai. I lower my head in a bow. Come to think of it, you're right. You shouldn't be running down the halls always, you know. There are people like me spaced out while looking down at the courtyard. Yes, I'll be more careful. Are you alright, senpai? Yes, I only fell. It's because you ran into the wall while trying to avoid hitting me, Toto-kun. Really? No wonder I'm seeing stars. I'm lucky to get off with just a bump after running into a wall at that speed. Sorry about that, but spacing out in the hallway is also dangerous, senpai. Yes, I'll be more careful. Senpai smiles and nods. It's an honest smile. Excuse me, I best be going. Beating the dust off my pants, I begin walking towards the office. While the older student continues to watch me through her glasses. Wait, just who is she? I was distracted because I ran into her, but come to think of it, she's beautiful. Got that right. If she's this beautiful, the male students would be talking about a third-year beauty wearing glasses. I'm going now. You should go back to your classroom too, senpai. If you're in any pain, please come to my classroom. I'm Tono, from 2nd year, 3rd class. She seemed to already know your name, though, for some reason. I'll take responsibility. She nods. Even though she's older than me, it's like dealing with someone younger. Alright. If anything happens, I'll come to your classroom at lunchtime. Remember, Shiki-kun, you mustn't run in the hallways. Okay, well, you shouldn't space out in hallways either, senpai. With that, I wave my hand and leave. Wait. Shiki-kun? You haven't told her my first name. You haven't told her your last name either. When she said your last name. Come on, man. Get yourself together. Wait a minute, what is her name? We never got it. To think of it, she used my name earlier too? Yes. Huh? Have I met you before, senpai? Eh? Senpai cries out in surprise and mischievously puts on a depressed face. You're terrible, Tono-kun. You've forgotten about me? Maybe it has something to do with that other girl from our class as well. She seemed to know a bit about us that we didn't tell her. There's something about, like, our magic? The past that we forgot? The past before our incident? Maybe. Forgotten? No, I didn't think so. If I ever got myself involved with a beautiful woman like her, there'd be no way I'd forget. She looks up at me reproachfully. Those eyes. I'm sure I remember from somewhere. Don't I? Come to think of it, we exchanged greetings once or twice before. Didn't we? Seal senpai, right? I say your name apprehensively. Yes, and I'm glad you remember. Okay, maybe it has nothing to do with the magic then. You just... I apologize again. It just seems like our protagonist here has a bad memory. Yes, and I'm glad you remember. You seem the type to space out and forget, Tono-kun. I don't think I space out. There's nothing I could do about the fact that I forget. Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at lunchtime. Seal Senpai's bows again. I watch her walk down the hallway. You know, maybe that was actually her talking. It's lunchtime. Now then, where should I eat lunch? Where would Seal Senpai be? In the hallway? Well, so that was our second decision, I realize. First was the courtyard, now it's lunch. The hall during lunchtime is packed. Students head to the cafeteria or to their favorite places, lunches in hand. Caught in the flow of people, I contemplate whether I should go to the cafeteria or the store. I'm taken aback by my own leisure. If I have time to waste here, I'd be better if I go to the cafeteria where Arihiko is. Almost all the seats in the cafeteria are taken. Because I spaced out in the hallway, empty seats are pretty much non-existent at this point. Aren't there any empty seats? I cast my gaze over the crowded cafeteria. There shouldn't be any spare seats this late. I decided to check the tables out anyway. I'm surprised. No, I'm astounded. There, plain as day, is a table with not 2, not even 3, but 4 unoccupied seats. There are 2 students sitting at the table, and it seems like one of them noticed me during my efforts to locate a seat.
You know, at this point we shouldn't be surprised.
Yo, Tono!
The student vigorously waving his hand and is my dear classmate with the dyed orange hair. My head hurts. But there isn't anyone else to sit, so I have no chance but to turn the wave and walk towards the table where my friend is sitting. An unexpected person is sitting at the table with him. Huh? Seal-senpai? Oh, we did make it to lunch together.
Ah, if it isn't Tono-kun.
We point at each other simultaneously.
Yo, Tono! Hey, wait. Senpai, do you know Tono? Yes, I've met him once today already. We bumped into each other with a bang today, didn't we, Tono-kun?
Yes, sorry about that. I lower my head in apology.
Not at all. I'm also sorry for spacing out like that. You're a serious person, aren't you, Tono-kun?
Serious? No, not really. Smiling, Senpai gives a satisfied nod. How should I say this? Senpai has a unique atmosphere around her.
But it's sure surprising that Tono-kun and Inui-kun know each other. Could it be that you two are in the same class? That's right. Me and Tono are more than casual acquaintances. We've been in the same class since our first year, and we've been inseparable best friends since middle school.
My best friend strikes the table with a bang for emphasis. Is it just me, or is he more hyper than usual?
Come on, best friend, sit down. You just keep standing there vacantly. Your chikara udon is going to go stale. Hurry up and sit down and let me hear all about how you got to know Senpai.
Arihiko slaps my back cheerfully. I really have no story like Arihiko might be hoping for. There are no other seats available. Reluctantly, I take a seat next to him. It seems Arihiko is close with Senpai. In contrast with me, who's only met her a few times, he's able to talk to her quite casually.
By the way, Senpai, you said you ran into Tono. What happened? Yes, I bumped into Tono-kun between classes. I wasn't hurt, but Tono-kun bumped his head. I wouldn't have thought Tono would do something as clumsy as that. This guy may look spaced out, but he's actually an unbelievably sharp guy. He doesn't need like to depend on others, and he hates causing trouble for others. I also got that impression. He was only concerned about me when we ran into each other, and he apologized to me just now, too. See? That's the kind of guy he is. So he doesn't make those kinds of mistakes.
Could it be that...
Could it be your anemia that was acting up again?
Arihiko's voice shows a serious concern for my physical health. No, it's not that. I was running to the office to deal with some details for removing. That's when I ran into Senpai.
Really? Well, I thought you became careless because you're depressed over the move.
Arihiko folds his arms and nods to himself in agreement. And then,
Tono-kun!
Sorry.
Are you changing schools?
Senpai exclaims almost hysterically. I'm not changing schools, Senpai. Just changing my place of residence. So I filed the paperwork for a change of address.
So that means you're going to be living alone?
No, I'm just going back to my real home. It's that fancy place on top of the hill. I still can't quite believe it yet.
Oh, could that possibly be the Tono-san mansion?
Senpai asked with some hesitation. The Western-style house on the top of the hill is probably seen as something special to the residents of this town. You know, I noticed a little bit of a pattern here. Because in Fate Stay Night, it's not the main protagonist, but at least the first protagonist you play as. She also lives in a Western-style mansion. Maybe they must be, I don't know, something known in Japan. Or maybe it's just the fact that it's a Western-style mansion, and that's just the name for it because it's not Japanese style. Because if that were the case, it would be, I suppose, closer to a shrine if my mind is correct. Anyways. Sidetrack over. I haven't been there for 8 years, but even in my memories, the Tono Mansion was ridiculously large. Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's the right place for me either, but it's too late now that I'm done moving.
You don't seem too happy about it.
I'm not a particularly good or bad thing. I don't really understand it myself.
Well, even if it is your house, it's been 8 years, right? I can understand if you're feeling restless. It'd probably feel like someone else's house for a while.
I wonder if that's so. I haven't gone back yet, so I don't know. Well, I'm a bit relaxed, since I've always got a refuge at your place.
Ugh. Listen, you. I'm not impressed with how you can't come to stay at my house every time something bad happens. I like your personality trait of not standing out, but I've hated how you're always too reserved for a long time now.
Haruhiko strikes the table with a bang again. Well, everything Haruhiko said is true, so there's no way to fight back.
Inui-kun, does Tono-kun really stay at your house that often? Yeah, he does. That darn Tono is too reserved towards his parents and would come to my place every long vacation. He's reserved towards them because they're taking care of him. That's why he comes over to my place, where we conveniently have an empty room. He looks pretty decent. My sister took a liking to him, and he shamelessly comes to stay with us without paying a cent.
Haruhiko's fist trembles, as if to say unforgivable.
Taking care of Tono-kun?
Haruhiko clamps a hand over his mouth. Huh. He might have said too much there then.
Sorry. I should have thought before I spoke.
It's okay. You didn't say anything bad. That's what I thought too. I continue to eat my chikara udon without looking at Haruhiko.
Really? Yeah, you're right. If you complain about that, you'll be in for some punishment.
Haruhiko nods to himself in agreement. His overwhelming optimism is something I am truly envious of.
Tono-kun, did you not get along with your previous family? No, that's not it. This guy had no problem with the Arimas. Oh, the Arimas were the family who took care of him. They're really nice people, and from what I could see, they were a happy family. Even so, he refused to be their adopted child, and he escaped to my place every vacation. Sheesh. Just what were you not satisfied with anyway?
There's nothing I wasn't satisfied about. It's just that I've received too much from them already. I didn't want to be a further burden on them. Sensei, not sensei, senpai. Sensei's a different character. Senpai drops her shoulders and falls silent. It looks like she's sorry for asking about my family situation. It's okay, senpai. Sorry for making you listen to something so boring.
Not at all. I'm sorry for asking you something so strange, too.
Senpai forces herself to look cheerful. The topic might be fine for a long-time friend like Arihiko, but a complex matter like this would only have been troublesome for Senpai. And to prove my point, Senpai sits there uneasily. Listen, Senpai.
I finished eating, so I'll be leaving now. I'm really sorry.
Senpai lowers her head in a quick bow and leaves her seat. Only me and Arihiko remain at the table. Sorry. You're finally able to eat with just the two of you, but I got in the way.
Don't worry about it. That was my fault for not paying attention. I thought it was bad for Senpai, actually.
Arihiko slurps away at his udon. It looks like it's gotten cold while we were talking. I don't think I'm gonna make those slurp sounds again.
Well, that was convenient for us anyway. I've got something to talk to you about in private, so it's lucky that Senpai left first.
What's wrong? Getting all serious all of a sudden? Tell you now, I don't have any money. From today onwards, I'm going to be living a life as a penniless youth.
It's not that, darn it. What I want to know is this. What's really going on with you, Tono?
What do you mean?
You've been at the Arimas since primary school, right? I don't know why, but it's been 8 years already. Your dad has basically disinherited you. Why is he calling you back all of a sudden?
I see. In his own way, he was worried about me. He didn't disinherit me. He just kicked me out of the house for some reason.
Tono-kun. If there ever is a house that kicks their child out of their house for some reason, that's not a tragedy. It's a comedy. Oh, it's a party joke. But it's so boring, it's not funny.
Arihiko spreads his arms and shrugs. Yeah, I guess you're right. If you get kicked out of the house, all you can really do is laugh.
And then he said some cliche line like, "Never step foot in this house again," or something like that, right? That's what people would call disinheritance, come to think of it. I have never heard why you were disinherited.
Who knows? That's something I'd like to know too.
Well, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
Grabbing his bowl with both hands, Arihiko drains his cold udon soup. Lunchtime is short. Following Arihiko, I decide to quickly eat my own Chikara udon. The last class of the day ends. I don't feel like going to the mansion right away, so I just blankly stare out of the window overlooking the school grounds. Classroom is dyed orange by the sunset. It's like red watercolor paint, and it hurts my eyes. I don't like red. Feels like it soaks deep into the back of my eyes and I want to throw up. Seems I am weak against things that resemble blood. No, I should say I'm weak against blood itself. 8 years ago, I had a near-death experience. I was in an accident where I was injured in the chest, and I teetered between life and death for days. I should have died instantly. But, miraculously, I survived. Maybe it's because of the great medical treatment. However, the injuries were so severe that I don't even remember the accident. 8 years ago, when I was a child, I felt a thud pass right through the middle of my chest. Then I passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. All I could remember afterwards was the pain and the cold. I don't remember much of the accident, but even today, no scar on my chest remains. I guess numerous fragments of glass pierced my chest, leaving burn-like scars there and in my back. Actually, I was quite surprised at being saved. Ever since then, I frequently collapse from an anemia-like dizziness, cause a lot of trouble for others. I see, so... No, his name escapes me now. I don't think it was Akihiko. It might have been. Is there any logs? No, there aren't any logs. There's a flowchart, though. Huh. Anyways, probably should look at that later. Maybe that's why my old man believed I was unfit to be heir to the Tono household and trusted me to our relatives. The wound on my chest, huh? A huge scar in the middle of my chest, hidden from view by my uniform. Didn't you say there wasn't any scar? Maybe I read that incorrectly. Now that I think about it, after that accident was when I started to see those lines. I'm able to forget them thanks to the glasses that Sensei gave me. But I think I would have completely gone mad if I'd ever met her. Keiko-san, the person who had been my mother up until now, said when I left that Tono household wasn't normal. Oh, said when I left that the Tono household wasn't normal. No problem. I'm not a normal person myself. Adjusting my crooked glasses, I pick up my bag. I can't stay in the classroom forever. Now then. You know what? There's no hurt in staying. As soon as I step out in the hallway, I run into a familiar face. Huh? What's up, Senpai? Do you have some business here at the second-year classrooms? We made the right choice, I see.
Yes, business with a second-year student, to be precise.
Seo-senpai approaches with a smile.
Listen, I have some nice snacks here, but no one to talk to. It'd be a waste to eat them all by myself, so I came to catch an idle-looking person to talk to.
Someone to talk to? There's no one left in the classroom. It's the same with all the other classes, too. You don't usually come to the second-year classrooms anyway, do you? You're on the lower floor, right? As if she wanted someone to talk to. Aren't there plenty of third-year classrooms she could talk to? Classmates? She really didn't need to come all the way up here. Shouldn't you think about asking your third-year classmates? Conversation would probably be better.
Yes, but today, I'm in the mood to talk to younger guys.
Oh no. Never mind.
Please don't ask for a reason. It's just on a whim.
A whim. Alright. Well, I won't ask. I probably wouldn't be able to understand even if she told me. Senpai's smile disappears as she stares into my face.
Are you free right now, Tono-kun?
Well, if having nothing to do means I'm free, then I'm definitely free. Sensei grabs hold of my sleeve. Senpai, not sensei. Sensei's a different character.
Well then, you are now caught. Let's go have some tea.
Senpai invites me with a smile. There's no reason for me to decline the offer, and besides, it should be fun talking with Senpai. Sure, I'll come along, if it's okay with you.
And it's decided. Alright, let's go.
Still holding my sleeve, she begins walking down the hall with a light gait. I wonder if we went down that other route and didn't meet Senpai, and we still stayed in the classroom. I wonder how it would be different. Well, anyways, we're already going down this route anyways. Wow. Our school has a room like this? Could it be for the team ceremony club?
Yes, it's a tea ceremony club's room for now. It seems like it hasn't been used up until I came, though.
Senpai steps onto the tatami mat and starts preparing with a rattling noise. A club room, huh? If that's the case, won't the other club members be coming? It'd be bad for an outsider like me to be here, right, Senpai?
It's okay. And maybe the tea ceremony club, but there aren't any other members except for me.
I see. Lonely. So that's why she wants people to talk to. That makes sense.
Thanks to that, I could use it freely during break time and after school. Here we go.
Smiling, Senpai begins spreading the cushions. Tea is tea, but it looks like this is really going to be a serious tea ceremony. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Senpai, I don't have the slightest clue what to do.
What are you talking about? I only know up to the pouring bit myself.
With that blunt reply, Senpai put the teapot, some cups, and some tea cakes onto a plate.
We're just going to have a casual conversation, so there's no need to be so formal.
I see. So, she knows nothing about tea ceremonies, but she started the tea ceremony club, or at least started it again, founded it again after it was disbanded or something like that, I don't know. Only so that she could have a whole room to herself after school. And a place to talk to people. What an interesting woman.
It isn't any fun that way, is it?
Smiling softly, Senpai pours tea into her own cup. I just don't get you, Senpai. Mumbling, I pour my own tea. I slurp some. Picking up the tea cake and putting it in my mouth, I sip again at the tea. I was never involved with it, but the Arima family is a prominent tea ceremony family. Being raised in a household like that, I'm used to drinking tea and doing nothing. Senpai looks at me with a somewhat troubled expression. What's wrong, Senpai? You look a bit unhappy.
I was just a little surprised at how calm you are about all of this, Tono-kun.
Really? Well, my family's a strict one, so I'm used to these kinds of things. More importantly, Senpai, didn't you have something you wanted to talk to me about?
Yes. I haven't thanked you this morning yet, so I thought I'd take care of you for a bit like this.
Senpai makes me her incredulous statement with a soft smile. Take care of me? That's not how you use the phrase take care in Japanese, senpai.
Oh, really? And people don't say taking care when they're showing someone hospitality in order to thank them?
No, they don't. I don't think it's a mistake, exactly, but it's not quite right either.
These manners-related phrases sure are difficult, aren't they? I suppose I shouldn't try to use them if I'm not familiar with them.
Senpai laughs embarrassedly. No, not at all. They say manners come from the heart, after all. As long as you have the right feelings, it's just a trivial error. Senpai's eyes snap in my direction as she stares at me. Her gaze is so serious, I feel like I just became some kind of rare animal in a zoo. Did I say something wrong? It's because I'm just wiping off her mistake? Senpai? I just say something rude? Senpai continues to stare at me. Senpai? For some reason, I feel incredibly embarrassed.
He really does suit you well, Tono-kun. Being younger, yet calmer than me. You're impertinent.
Senpai glares at me. I don't understand how her mind works at all. I'm sorry. It's kind of arrogant for me to speak like that. See, it was just because I'm younger than her. Yet I'm more serious and more informed on some things like manners.
Yes, it was so impertinent. I was moved.
She lowers her shoulders with a sigh and she sips her tea.
I've become curious about you, Tono-kun. Please, talk to me. It could be about anything.
Senpai straightens her posture with an attitude like a teacher looking at her student. This might be going a lot faster than I thought it would. Oh, goodness. It doesn't seem like I could refuse. Well, okay. It's not going to be very interesting if we're just going to talk about me, Senpai. Senpai responds with a smile. I've got no choice. It's not like me, and I suppose I'll talk to her about school. In the end, Senpai was happy to listen to me. Listen, no matter what I talked about to her. What I talked to her about. It was surprising to see her get so worked up when we were talking about middle school. Apparently, Senpai had never been on a school trip.
That sounds nice. Everyone going on a trip together,
she said, her eyes twinkling. It was quite an impressive sight. At any rate, I held a one-sided conversation for an hour, but it made me feel rather tired. With Senpai's permission, I decided to head home. I walk along a different path than the one I usually take. Passing through unfamiliar streets, I slowly approach the Tono mansion. The surroundings are not completely unfamiliar. After all, I'd lived here until I was 9 years old, 8 years ago. This is not the first time I've taken this path back to the mansion. My feelings are a little complex. The path home is nostalgic, yet fresh. Up until just now, I had not looked forward to returning to the Tono household. Now, it doesn't seem so bad. The house I lived in until I was 9 years old. Right now, my sister Akiha, is in that utterly un-Japanese Western-style mansion. Tonomaki Hisa, my old man who hated me, and the master of the Tono household, died a few days ago. What? And this is our first time hearing about it. Huh. My mother died from an illness after Akiha was born, so the Tonos had dwindled down to me and my sister. Being the eldest son, you would think I would stand to become the Tono heir, but I have no such privilege. To become the Tono heir means you being bound by a strict upbringing. I have lost count of the number of times my father scolded me over my dislike of not being able to leave freely. That was when I got involved in that accident, and my body became weakened. My father saw it as a good opportunity to get rid of me. His reasoning was something along the lines of, someone who could die any moment can become the heir, even if he is the eldest son. Sadly for my father, I betrayed his expectations by making a recovery. My sister Akiha was already deemed to be the heir of the Tono household. And so I've heard that Akiha, who was already being raised harshly in order to become a proper daughter of the Tono household, received an even harsher upbringing since then. That was a long time ago. I played together with Akiha in the mansion back before the incident. Accident. Same thing, though. Maybe. After that, I never saw her again. Apparently, Akiha tried to visit me a few times when I first was entrusted to the Arimas. Unfortunately, we were never able to meet because I had to go to the hospital every day. We completely lost contact after Akiha went to a boarding school. Unlike Akiha, I am isolated from the main family. That's why I can live freely like this. My high school is just an average high school, and our chance of contact was pretty much zero. My old man died, and I received a word telling me to come back. To be blunt, I had no intention whatsoever of returning to the Tono house. But Akiha is at that house. When we were children, Akiha was an obedient child, always looking frightened, as if she were constantly enduring something. She would always follow close behind, her footsteps pattering behind me. She was frail, and her long black hair and fancy Western clothes made her resemble a French doll. I am worried about her living all alone in that big mansion with the old man gone. I don't know why I clicked that it's still in black and white. But more than anything, I feel guilty after pushing all the Tono family responsibilities on her and selfishly living a free life by myself. Perhaps my acceptance to return to the mansion is like my apology to Akiha. Tono Mansion is unnecessarily big. Surrounded by iron railings, you could say the entire lot is abnormally expansive, being so large that a whole elementary school could fit inside. The garden, surrounded by trees, is more like a forest, and that's the same forest from the beginning of the game, where it said he was a child with his mom there, where they died and got cut up to wait a minute. Were his memories altered? By some other magic? Huh. Either that or it hasn't happened yet. Anyways, the mansion is at the heart of that forest, and there are a few other buildings separated from it. I didn't think anything of it when I was a child, but now that I've lived in an ordinary household for 8 years, the excessive size feels almost criminal. The gates aren't locked. I push them open and head towards the mansion doors. That's not safe. There's a serial killer on the loose who steals people's blood. Not really steals, but they just have a loss of blood. They tower oppressively, bearing down on any visitors. Beside the iron double doors is an unmatching doorbell. All right. Shaking off my nervousness, I press it. There isn't any affectionate ding-dong chime from the doorbell. The oppressive silence continues for a few seconds. Then, the sound of pattering footsteps behind the door indicates someone's presence. We have been waiting for you. The door opens with a creak. Inside lay the lobby I remembered, and a young girl in her apron.
Thank goodness. You're so late I was beginning to worry that you'd gotten lost. I was thinking about going out to meet you if you hadn't arrived by sunset.
The girl in the anachronistic apron smiles warmly. No, that's, I'm so taken aback by your outdated mode of dress. Can't even form a proper sentence. Perhaps attributing my hesitance to distrust, the girl tilts her head a little.
You're Shiki-sama, aren't you?
Yeah, but you don't have to call me Sama.
You are, right? Oh, please, don't scare me like that. I was beginning to think I had made another mistake back there.
The girl's mannerisms are like those of a mother scolding her child. But in spite of that, there's a smile on her face, and it doesn't break the warm feeling about her. She wears an apron over a kimono. She comes out to greet guests and addresses someone like me with Sama. This must mean that she's... are you one of the maids here by any chance? The girl answers my question with nothing but a smile.
Come, you must be tired. Please do come in. Akiha-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room.
The girl quickly crosses the lobby and heads towards the sitting room. Turning back as if she just remembered something, she makes a bow, a full smile on her face.
Welcome home, Shiki-sama.
Greeting is accompanied by her flower-like smile. I can't think of any reply, so I just follow her, hesitatingly. Guided by the girl, I head to the sitting room. It's as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I don't know if I've forgotten about it in the last 8 years, or they had it refurbished since then. Either way, it feels like someone else's house now, and it's unsettling. It's exactly what our friend said. As I'm looking around the sitting room, the maid in the apron lowers her head in a quick bow.
I brought Shiki-sama with me.
Well done. You may return to the kitchen, Kohaku.
Thank you.
Seems that maid's name is Kohaku. Kohaku gives a small bow as if to say farewell and leaves the sitting room. Left sees me and 2 girls I don't recognize. It's been a long time, Nissan. as the girl with the long black hair and sharp eyes. All my thought processes stop at once. My mind goes blank. I can't think of any words of greeting. All I could do is nod with a yeah. I don't think it could be helped that Akiha, that I had not seen in 8 years, is not the Akiha I remember. She's completely transformed into a proper young lady of a noble family. Nissan. The black-haired girl tilts her head slightly. Pathetically, all I could say are dumb-sounding things. My mind is turning in somersaults as I try to recognize the girl before me as Akiha, but it seems like Akiha already recognizes me as her brother. You do not look well. Would you like to rest before we talk? Akiha throws a sharp glance in my direction. Is it just my imagination that she looks like she's in a bad mood? No, I'm alright. I was just surprised at how much you've changed, Akiha. People do change over the course of 8 years, Nissan. We are at an age of change. Or did you think we would remain as we were forever? What is this? I feel the thorns in Akiha's words. No, you've definitely changed, Akiha. You've become more beautiful than before. That isn't flattery. It's how I really feel. And indeed. But you, on the other hand, have not changed much at all. Akiha answers coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I came prepared for something like this. It is as I thought. It seems Akiha does not think well of me. If you are feeling well, let us finish our conversation. You have not yet to hear the details about why you were called back here, Nissan. I've heard nothing more than a sudden come back to the mansion, though I found out the old man's passed away in the papers. If the head of a major company dies, it definitely makes it into the financial papers. Word of Tonomaki Hisa's death reached his son, Tonoshiki, via the newspaper after the funeral. Even though his relatives haven't told him, this disinherited son could pick up news of his father's death merely by buying a 100 yen used newspaper. It might be cynical of me to say so, but the world has certainly become a convenient place. I am sorry. It was my fault that you did not get the news about a father. Akiha quietly lowers her head. It's alright. Either way, it's not like he would come back from the dead if I went. It's not something you should be worried about. I am sorry. It is somewhat comforting to hear you say that. Akiha's face is serious, but this is not a topic I care about much about. A funeral is a ceremony for those who cannot let go of their feelings for the deceased to achieve some detachment. To achieve such detachment. For someone like me, who cut off such feelings a long time ago, there is no need. Calling you back here was my idea. It would be odd for the eldest son of the Tonos to be entrusted to the Arimas forever. Now that father has passed away, the only Tonos by blood are you and I, Nissan. I don't know what Father was thinking when he entrusted you to the Arimas, but he's no longer with us, so there's no longer any need for you to live with them. That is why I had you come back here. It's all well and good, but I'm not quite surprised you were able to get our relatives to agree to this. Wasn't it they who came up with the idea of leaving me with the Arimas in the first place? That may be so, but now I am the head of the Tono family. I declined every one of the proposals from our relatives. I would like you to continue living here, Nissan. But this is a place with rules. You'll avoid living the overly casual lifestyle you've been leading up until now. I'm afraid that isn't gonna happen, Akiha. There's no way I could go back to being some well-mannered gentleman now. Not that I want to be. I will ask no more of you, but I will not ask more of you, but do try to. Or are you saying you are unable to do what I already have? Akiha shoots me a cold look. I feel like she's hitting me with a grudge against me for leaving her for the last 8 years. Alright. I get it. I'll try my best. Akiha just stares at me, as if she doesn't quite believe me. You do not need to try, as long as you get the results. Her pose is dignified, her words merciless. Let's get back to the topic. Right now, you and I are the only ones living here. I do not care for having too many people around, so I cleared everyone out. Hold on a second, Akiha. You cleared everyone out? You wouldn't want to run into one of our relatives in the mansion, would you, Nissan? I have put off most of the servants, but there are enough for you and I, so there are no problems. Wait, no problems. You're going to get attacked at our family meeting if you do something like that. Oh, please be quiet. Other than having the mansion overflowing with people, wouldn't you feel more relaxed with just the two of us here? Well, it's true that I would feel relaxed, but you've only just become the head of the family, Akiha. If you go around abusing your powers like some kind of dictator, our relatives are not going to keep quiet. Even the old man didn't go against their opinions. Indeed, that's why my father entrusted you to the Arimas. I, on the other hand, had despised them ever since I was a child. I am not going to be put up with their whining any longer. Not going to put up with... Look, Akiha. Nah, enough. Just listen. You don't have to worry about me. Please, just worry about your own life from now on, Nissan. I could see it's going to be difficult for you in many ways. Akiha says sullenly, looking away a little. Now then, if there's anything you don't understand, ask her. Isui? She looks at the girl standing by her side. The girl called Isui bows expressionlessly. This is Isui. She'll be your personal maid from now on. Is that acceptable? Hold on. Personal maid? You mean... In other words, she's your servant. Akiha declares, as if it were obvious. I can't believe it. Fitting with the Western style of the house, the girl in the maid outfit stands there as if it is natural to do so. I notice she's a lot more Western than the other one, who's wearing a kimono and a ribbon in the back of her head compared to the I'm looking for a word, I just can't find it. Traditional headwear for a maid. Hold on. I'm not a kid, you know. I don't need a servant. I can take care of myself. Would that include the cooking, and the laundry? Akiha is pretty sharp at pointing these things out. At any rate, now that you've returned to this house, you will obey my directions. I don't know how you lived at the Arima house, but you're living at the Tono house now. Please accept everything given to you. I can't say anything, and my eyes drift towards Isui. As expected, she simply looks back at me expressionlessly, like a doll. Well then, Isui, please show Nissan to his room. Yes, my lady. Isui approaches me with a shadow-like lack of presence. I will guide you to your room, Shiki-sama. Isui heads towards the lobby. Sighing, I head off towards the lobby as well. We enter the lobby. The mansion is split into east and west wings, the lobby in the middle. The lobby is like the body of a bird whose wings are the halls extended diagonally to the east and west. Each wing is about the size of a small hospital. I remember the house is constructed symmetrically, so both the east and west wings have the same floor plan. Your room is this way, Shiki-sama. Isui climbs up a flight of stairs. It seems like my room is on the second floor. Come to think of it, the servant's room should be on the first floor of the west wing. That's probably where his Hisui and Kohaku-san's rooms are. Kohaku, right, that was her name. Outside, the sun has already set. The girl in the maid uniform walks down the long, dimly lit hallway without a word. Kind of feels like a wonderland. Without thinking, I let my thoughts slip out. Did you say something, Shiki-sama? So he stops and looks back at me. No, I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. After staring at me, Sui bows and starts walking again. I guess this is what they call being at a loss for words. The room Isui led me to is not one made for a mere high school student to live in. Is this my room? Yes. If you are displeased with it, I could arrange a different one for you. No, there's no way I could be displeased with it. It's just a little, really too fancy for me. Shiki-sama. It's fine. I'll gladly use this room. Yes. This room has not been touched since 8 years ago, so I do not believe you will find anything unsatisfactory with it. There's something a little odd about the way Hisui said that. As if she was implying this was once my room. Hey, is this by any chance my old room? That is what I've been told. Am I mistaken? Misui inclines her head to the left side slightly. I feel relieved. It seems this girl can express emotion after all. Well, it might be, now that you mention it. I do remember it faintly, so it must be so. Can't feel any sense of familiarity about this place at all, but I guess that's what it's like after you live a place for 8 years. I can't get settled here though. I was living in a 6.5 mat-sized room until this morning. It's like I'm staying in the same high-class hotel, in some high-class hotel. I understand how you feel, but please try to get used to it. From today onwards, you are the eldest son of the Tono household, Chiki-sama. You're right. I've got to do my best so I at least look like it on the outside. With a thump, I drop my bag on the table and stretch my back. I've been feeling a little stressed out with everything that happened so far, but I guess I've got no choice to adjust from today onwards. Shiki-sama, all of your luggage has been brought here. Is there anything more you require? No, not really. Why do you ask? There was very little delivered. If there's anything you need, I could have it prepared, so please do not hesitate to ask. I see. No, I don't need anything more for now. I didn't have much luggage to begin with. My luggage is just this bag, these glasses, and textbooks in my bag, and that white ribbon with an unidentified owner. That's all. Anyways, you don't have to worry about the luggage. This fancy room is more than enough for me. I understand. Well then, I shall come to the call in an hour's time. I shall come to call you in an hour's time. Dang, I must be tired. An hour? For dinner, you mean? Yes. Please relax until then. As expected, Sui says everything with an expressionless face. But even if she tells me to relax, just how am I supposed to do that here? The clock says 6 o'clock. Usually, I'd be watching TV in the sitting room around this time, but I'm having serious doubts as to whether there's any such thing in this mansion. Isui, I know it's kind of a trivial thing to ask about, but is there a television in this mansion? A television? Isui's eyes narrow slightly. I know I'm the one who asked, but it really is a stupid question. I feel there's something wrong with me asking about the presence of a TV in a luxurious mansion like this. Isui makes a rare troubled face and stares off into space. There is no television in the sitting room. Some of the visitors did make use of one, but when they departed, they packed it up with their luggage and took it with them, so I do not believe there are any remaining. Hold on. Visitors? Like who? For how long? Relatives. The eldest son of Kugamine-sama from a branch of the family. Tozaki-sama's third daughter and her fiancé. And Kishima-sama's eldest son came to stay for close to 3 years. 3 years, huh? Isui. That's what you'd call freeloaders, not visitors. Isui does not reply. No matter what kind of people these freeloaders were, it seems that servants can't say anything bad about them. Well, at any rate, it seems like those relatives had brought and taken back their own luggage with them. My old man hated the products of modern culture, thinking them all vulgar. There was no way he would ever watch TV. Akia, who had been educated by him for the last 8 years, would probably be the same. Well, it's not like I'll die without one. That's true. That is very true. Hisui is silent. Like a perfect example for servants, Hisui says nothing unless she is being asked a direct question. This, of course, kinda depressing for me. This is, of course, kinda depressing for me. I want to make that expressionless face break into a smile somehow. That seems impossible with just an old, half-hearted effort. Oh. There was a library on the first floor of the West Wing, wasn't there? Maybe I'll go find something to read when I have some free time. Hisui does not reply. She just stands there in the doorway. I can't even tell where she's looking. Hisui? Hisui doesn't say a word. Suddenly, she looks straight at me. I believe there is one in Nissan's room. Huh? I have no idea what she's talking. I believe there is one in Nissan's room. Huh? I have no idea what she's talking about. There's one of what? A television. I remember seeing one in Nissan's room. Sui says, as if remembering something from many years ago. So she was thinking. Hold on. Nissan? Don't tell me you're talking about Kohaku-san. Yes. Right now, the only people working at this mansion are Nissan and I. Or Nessan. I think that's how it's pronounced. Now that she mentions it, they do look alike. I just couldn't connect them as sisters because Kohaku-san is always smiling so warmly, and Hisui is always expressionless. I see. Kohaku-san doesn't look like the type of person who'd watch those variety shows. But I balk at going to Kohaku's room to tell her, "Let me watch your TV." Sorry. Just forget I ever asked. After all, I'll be living here from now on, so I've got to follow the rules of the mansion. God knows what sort of cynical comment I'd be in here for from Akiha if I started watching television. Seems I'll be leading a scholarly student life fit for a member of the Tono family from now on. Alright. I'll be in my room until dinner, so just come and call me when it's time. You've got other things to do, don't you, Hisui? Hisui nods in assent and turns around. Silently opening the door, she leaves the room. Oh, my neck hurts. Goodness gracious. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Dinner takes place with Akiha and I being face to face. I guess it's natural here, as Hisui and Kohaku-san do not eat with us, standing behind us to tend to our needs. I thought it would be natural if all four of us ate together, so you could say I'm caught off guard by this inexplicably tense dinner. I should mention at this point that I've totally forgotten anything related to table manners by now. Well, I do remember little pieces, so it's not like I'm a complete amateur, but humans tend to pack away unused memories into the corner of their mind. The tension was actually quite thrilling, with every one of my movements causing Akia to raise an eyebrow. When I think about how I'll have to go through this every day, though, it's really quite depressing. Or, no, I added quite myself. Finishing dinner, I returned to my room. It's still only just past 8 at night. It's too early to sleep. So what should I do? There's an option that I could be taking. I'm gonna watch TV. I mean, hey. That'd be fun. Let's see. Kohaku's room is here, isn't it? Well, again, it'd probably be a bad idea, judging how what we were talking about earlier. Knock, knock. I knock on her door. Kohaku-san, are you there?
Yes, please hold on for a minute.
I could hear a cheerful voice from inside the room. I wait for about 3 minutes. Kohaku-san opens the door and pokes her head out.
Oh, it's you, Shiki-sama. What are you doing here at this time?
Well, I was wondering if you'd let me watch your TV.
Eh?
Kohaku-san gives me a bewildered look.
Well, there's no TV in this house, is there? I've been living in a normal house of...
Wait, no, wrong voice. Well, there's no TV in this house, is there? I've been living in a normal house up until now, so it's become a daily routine for me to watch TV after dinner. I guess I can't calm down without watching it or something like that, so... The more I say it, the more I realize I'm doing something stupid. Yep, I chose something stupid. There's something not right about barging into a lady's room demanding to watch her TV. Look, Kohaku-san is just standing there, looking bewildered. Oh, wait, no, she's not.
I guess you're right. You've been living at the Arima household up until yesterday, after all. You must think this mansion to be kind of depressing after moving here all of a sudden.
Kohaku-san gives a cheerful laugh.
Let's see. Have you talked to Akiya-sama and Hisui-chan about this yet?
You mean about coming to your room, Kohaku-san? Kohaku-san nods. No, I haven't talked to anyone about it yet. What about it?
No, it's nothing. It's just that I would have to turn you away if you had already talked to them about it.
Smiling while she speaks, Kohaku-san looks up and down the hallway.
Luckily for us, there isn't anyone else around. Please hurry up and come in. It'll be troublesome if we're caught.
I see, so... She doesn't know then that her sister knows about the television. And she suspects that our sister doesn't know about the television either. Got it.
Please, just sit down anywhere. I'll go make some tea.
Coughing to clear my throat, I take a seat. There are all sorts of little things in Kohaku's room. It might be thought of as the messy place for a girl's room. There aren't really many things you could call cute, and what she does have is a lot of things that don't look very useful. Rather, it has an atmosphere of a room belonging to an orderly, scholarly person. Buried in the miscellaneous objects, I find the TV. On top of the table is the remote. Maybe Kohaku-san has been watching the TV until just now. I see, so she just buries the TVs to hide it.
Thanks for waiting. Tea is fine for you, isn't it, Shiki-sama?
Thank you. Please don't mind me too much.
Oh no, not at all. I'm sorry I can't do much to treat you.
Kohaku-san says so, smiling warmly.
So, the TV. What do you watch at around this time, Shiki-sama?
She seems to be a bit less serious about her job. Especially forgetting to welcome me home and everything like that. Forgetting formalities necessary of her occupation, but at the same time her sprites kind of give me off a more mature vibe than that.
What do you want to watch around this time, Shiki-sama?
I don't have any set programs in particular, but the news is a pretty basic one. I like to hear new trends, and I like snob stories.
Is that so? You seem like a very laid-back person, so I thought you'd be reading after dinner or something.
No, I don't have such refined interests. I don't consider myself laid back either, but maybe that's the impression I gave with my glasses. Something tells me that laid back is something entirely different in Japanese, and that was just the closest that they could get to a translation.
You wear glasses, Shiki-sama. Akiha-sama didn't say anything about that at all, so I was quite surprised when I saw you at the door.
I see. I haven't met Akiha since I started wearing these glasses. These glasses are just for show. I guess you could say my eyes are bad, but I think my vision is better than that of most people. It's not because I studied too much and went nearsighted or anything. Nah, crap. I had an intellectual image. But did I disappoint you?
Not at all. I enjoy watching TV more than reading too. I'm glad that you're an energetic person, just like I thought you were.
Yeah, thanks. I'm a little embarrassed. Faced directly with Kohaku-san's carefree smile, I can't help but feel a little nervous.
I'm sorry. You came to watch the news, didn't you?
Kohaku-san switches the TV on. It's already 9 o'clock. The news, as it usually does, reports the day's events with a little exaggeration.
Oh dear. Looks like there's been another of those serial murders.
Kohaku-san says to herself while sitting next to me, sounding not the least bit concerned. The news is running a special feature on serial killings. Serial murders, which began in our neighboring town, are now beginning to be concentrated within this town. It's a pretty simple story. Late at night, he attacks young girls indiscriminately. In the end, he drains their blood. Seems like last night's victim is the ninth one so far.
I wonder what the police are doing about it.
Who knows? Seemed pretty easy to catch a murderer who comes out at night, but maybe he's really careful so they can't trace him.
You could be right. The clues about murderers build up as they kill more people, so if they haven't caught him even after 9 murders, he must be really carefully prepared for the killings.
Careful killer, huh? Wait a minute, I think I swapped the voices again. We'll see. It's quite strange to think about them as being carefully prepared. Oh, never mind, never mind, I didn't switch them.
You're right. If there's no evidence left at all, then maybe he's not a random killer at all. I can only think that he's got it all planned out from the start of for execution.
Ah, I see. But then what would be the point of killing those 9 girls? Are they friends of his? Acquaintances?
Probably not. If there were connections like that, then I think the police would have realized it by now. In the end, I suppose it's an incomprehensible case without motive or connections.
Kohaku says all of this disturbing stuff with a smile. Seems like she's not really worried about this case.
These murders are happening right
happening right here in this town, Kohaku-san. You're a young girl and all, so aren't you even a little scared?
I'll be fine, since the killer only appears late at night. If I don't go out at night, I won't run into him.
Kohaku-san really is a clear thinker. It is, perhaps, a bit of a raw explanation, but I suppose that's how a mere news story should be treated. Sorry for intruding on you. I'll be counting on you again the next time I feel like watching TV.
Sure, I'll be waiting.
Kohaku-san looks up and down the hallway.
I'd like to escort you back to your room. The Sui-chan is waiting there, so I'll have to say goodbye here.
Okay. Good night. I had no idea bedtime at the mansion was at 10. Apparently, there's some kind of unwritten rule here that one is not to be out of their room after 10. It's still so formal here, even with the old man gone. Well, guess it's only natural. I'm also getting tired from my unfamiliarity with this mansion, so I obediently return to my room. I return to my room. My bed has been made. Did Sui do it while I was away? I'm glad she did. But it's really more than I deserve. I scratch my cheek. Then,
are you there, Shiki-sama?
I could hear Sui's voice along with a knock at the door. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Good evening. Good evening. Thanks for making my bed, Isui. Isui quietly nods in acceptance. Just as I thought. I'm not used to this. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No, nothing from me, but Aki has instructed me to answer any questions you may have.
I see. There are many things I want to ask. I'll probably get to know them as I continue to live here. Yeah. What I want to know right now, before I sleep, is it true that the curfew here is 7? Oh, wait, I thought it was 10. Oh, no. I guess curfew is you have to be home by that time. Yeah, and then bedtime is just bedtime.
Yes. The main gate is locked at 7, and all the entrances to the mansion are to be locked at 8. There's also a rule that one must try not to go walking around in the mansion after 10.
Not even walking around in the mansion? Well, I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akia and I aren't children, so I don't think you got to go that far.
Indeed. It is a rule, however, so please abide by it. You are aware of the really recent disturbances at night, are you not, Shiki-sama?
Yeah, the vampire thing Arihiko was talking about. Well, at least as long as something like that is happening, I guess it's better to me to be safe than sorry. What else? Oh, do you mind if I have an off-topic question?
Yes, what is it?
I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku do around here.
I'm here to serve Shiki-sama's needs, and my sister Kohaku to serve Lady Akiha-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you would like to know? Serve. So that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiha when she said it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl around my age serving me, at least not for now. By serving me, you mean you're a personal servant? Yes. Please do not hesitate to ask anything of me. Dang, I guess his memory is bad. Well, I get it. Going by how Akiha was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I could dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me. Is there anything in particular you would like? Nothing in particular? Could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, I get chills down my back when I hear it. But Shiki-sama, you are my master. That's what I'm saying I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama. I see. Sui's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki. In exchange, I'll call you Hisui. Let's do away with the formalities and be more casual with each other. Still expressionless, Hisui lowers her eyebrows as if she's being troubled. But you are my employer. It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one. I see. Hisui gives another enthusiastic reply. It looks like I won't be able to talk her into it in just one day. Anyhow, that's how it is. Don't be so forward towards me. I'll be grateful if you tell that sister of yours. Goodness gracious. I'll be grateful if you'd tell that to your sister Kohaku-san too. Very well, as you say, Shiki-sama. Expressionless, Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. I'll be leaving now. Please rest now for tonight. Bowing, Hisui put her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisui's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. So sudden that that's so sudden, that's the only thing I could say. Sui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I just do something wrong? I am very sorry. She sounds very nervous. I'm not used to being touched. Please forgive me. Sui's shoulders are faintly trembling. They have backstories too, I see. I feel like I just did something really terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisui and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I am the one to blame. No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me,
pausing only to blink for a second. What was it you wanted me to ask me, Shiki-sama? That's right. I stopped her because I wanted to ask her something. Oh, I wanted to ask about Akiha. Didn't she go to boarding school? That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home. You mean she goes to school from here? Yes, but it is uncommon for her to go home before dusk like today. Akiha-sama has practice up until dinner, so she is always home before 7. Practice? Practice what? Today is Thursday. She would have violin practice. Violin's an amazing instrument. Usually, she is able to return before dinner on weekdays, so if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Nesan know after dinner. Sui bows to say goodbye and leaves the room. Violin practice. What on earth is that? She's not some upper-class lady or anything, so why should she have to do something as bothersome as... Oh, wait. She is an upper-class lady. Yes. Come to think of it, my sister Tono Akiha is a natural-born upper-class lady. In my memories, she was always the obedient, ever uneasy sister who'd always follow me around. As a child, Akiha was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a feral girl who would always live in fear of a scolding from her father, our father. Yeah, we really do change after 8 years. After 8 years, I've become the me I am now. Aki has become the Akiha of right now too. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during that vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akiha. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unconsciously mumble an apology. Well, left by myself, I lie on my bed. And I feel that with him in his bed, it's about time we wrap this up. I know, again, it's a weird place of stopping, but I realized that I went a lot longer than the last one. But it's been fun anyways. We met some new characters, like Seal Senpai, which, ironically enough, we've managed to go down each route she seems to be a part of, although I'm not sure if she's a part of any other ones. It's hard to say. Other than that, with leaving this off now, I thank y'all for coming again for the second episode of Tsukihime. And I hope to see y'all in the next one as well. So, ciao for now.